I hate it when people lie to me. I even wrote a book, my 7th, titled Don't Lie to Me, out in September. The person who lies assumes you're too stupid to fathom the truth, so they just keep piling it on.
Hi everyone, my name is Kathleen. I'm the volunteer for China A for many years. Today is October 7, 2020. There were over 50 Guo Wengui's members came to Pastor Bob Fu's house in Midland, Texas. Though the first day, the mayor told everybody that Pastor Bob and his family has been moved to a safe place and they were under local police department and federal law enforcement's protection. However, second day, those people came over again. They occupied the whole street and shouting and yelling. They stopped the cars, gave them pamphlets to tell the neighbors Pastor Bob is a Communist Party's spy. And also they knocked the neighbors' doors and gave them pamphlets and flyers and lied to everybody and trying to convince the neighbors and the Pastor Bob Fu is a spy sent by Communist Party. So when Guo Wengui accused Pastor Bob is a spy working for Chinese Communist Party, I was so angry. I couldn't believe it. He could organize this kind of a crime in the United States. And it's very hard for me to understand how could he send over 50 his members to Midland. I went to Midland a couple times. I know this is well planned. This is not like San Francisco or New York. And he could send his troops, over 50 members, to Midland and stay there for so long. I was very shocked. And yesterday, so when policemen asked their ID, they refused to provide their ID. And they just wear heavy sunglasses and masks. They were hiding their identity. So policemen arrested one of the members. However, that arrest did not stop Guo Wengui. He ordered his members to sacrifice, to fight with the local policemen. And he even told them, said, for revolution, someone need to pay a price. Someone need to sacrifice. That's why today they came back to Midland again. Guo Wengui has a well-established operation system. He's in New York. He sent out his order and attack name list in New York City, New Jersey, Washington, D.C., as well as in California. In Hawaii, he targeted on Miss Lu. She was the one reported his fraud to FBI, and she's been interviewed a couple times by Wall Street Journal. Miss Lu is the witness protected by FBI, but Guo Wengui doesn't care about American law. For the attack to Pastor Bob in Midland, he has prepared over 3 weeks. He recruited his member from New York and Washington, D.C. They rented a bus to Midland, and they carried big blue flags. Those blue flags represent they called a new country named the new federal state of China. They also wear the same sky blue uniform, which is they purchased from China a long time ago. And also everyone is holding a printed board. You could see they prepared in advance. From their internal operation manual, it shows clearly Guo Wengui paid them transportation fee, hotel fee, uniform fee, as well as daily working fee. Guo Wengui carried out his attack plan through live stream on GTV, which is his private platform. Their operation core team is the back-end host. Today, they chose 2 young men to direct and monitor the site. When their member arrived in Pastor Bob's house, they began to report everything, including their plan, their meeting in the morning, how they are going to do today. Since Wall Street Journal has exposed their plan and their attack to Pastor Bob Fu, this week they changed their strategy. Now, when they came over, they don't carry the huge blue flags anymore, and also removed their uniforms. Last week when they came over, they wear the same blue uniform. This week they change.
发放饮食的时候，来说我们是这个有组织有预谋的，这样来以此来不允许我们这个集会，因为有组织的就是集会是需要批的。那么这个批的话，可能就是猴年马月不知道了。那我们在那待的话，他就要把我们撵走，否则的话就把我们拘捕。所以呢，今天警察一直在套我们的话，就说啊，你们是谁是头啊，谁是组织啊？战友们非常聪明，都说我没有头，我们是自发的啊。所以这一点非常好。那么傅修现在是拿我们一点办法没有呢，他恼羞成怒，现在派了一群。
So on Monday, local police department and the mayor told Guo's members clearly that Bob Fu and his family has been protected in another safe place, and they are not in this house. Please leave the street and leave Midland. But second day, they came back again. And when officer gave them options, number one, they leave peacefully, leave Midland, leave the street. And second, show their ID. Otherwise, they will be arrested. But they don't want to show their ID, and they refuse to cooperate with the local police. And that's why the policeman had to arrest them. Today, there were two were arrested at first. While policeman was proceeding the procedure, the live stream was on, and all the footages I got actually is from their GTV released. And while the policemen were putting them into the police car, all the members ran to the police car and videoed the procedure, and also some members began to cry, but the live stream back in their host will continue to escalate the atmosphere. And even though those kind cried, they were not allowed to leave. And they began to shouting to the police officer, and they regarded a police officer as a CCP spy, and they were calling out, "Take down CCP." Those are our honorable officers. They are not CCP members. They want to take down CCP. They're supposed to go to the embassy of China in New York, in San Francisco. Go to the consulate office, not in someone's American citizen's house.
You are fired! You are fired!
As you can see, while police officers proceeding the procedure, their members were acting like reporters to video everything. And also they were acting like other kind of law enforcement. They don't follow the order. When police officer told them to stay in the certain area cross street of Bob Fu's house, they didn't listen. They just running around and cross the road and trying to go to other street. They are not aware of what they are doing is illegal, and they find excuse to call themselves peaceably. Some of their leaders are very young, speak very good English, looks like they have very good education in the United States.
Oh, okay. Just want to tell everybody what just happened. And this was planned. So before Haiyang was arrested 10 minutes ago, and then that police officer, I think you just showed everybody, and that like shorter one, and then he said to me, he looked at me, and then said to me, "I'm gonna arrest somebody today." 对，他告诉我，他就是这么讲。他说我今天就是要抓一些人，然后 then I asked him for what? Because we didn't violate any law. We are very peaceful. We didn't do anything wrong here. So I asked him then for what? And he said because you guys crossed the street. I couldn't believe the police can arrest somebody simply because he crossed.
And some of their members are senior age, like this is a mother and daughter came together. The mom's age looks like she went through China's Cultural Revolution, and she called herself as a Christian. During China's Cultural Revolution, many Red Guards regard them as law enforcement. They think they have a right to slander their teachers, their boss, or even law enforcement, to be anti-communist party, to be anti-Chairman Mao. And this senior lady, her thought is exactly same as Cultural Revolution. And she thought she has a right to slander Pastor Bob Fu as a spy. And she said, you have to come out and approve you are not a spy. So similar to China's Cultural Revolution movement. What happened was, this is in the United States. It happened in Midland, Texas. Today, Senator Rubio sent out his support through his Twitter account. American citizen Bob Fu, who has been a tireless advocate for religious liberty and human rights in China, should not be threatened here in the US or anywhere else. Threats from thugs are simply unacceptable. And Bob Fu replied with his thanks. And Bob Fu said, thank you, Senator, for always standing up to the CCP threats in and outside USA. In the evening, when Guo Wengui heard Senator Rubio's announcement, he was very angry, and he held a live video to his members right away, and he accused that Senator Rubio has accepted donation and money from Bob Fu. And he said, who care about Rubio? Even I'm not scared of President Trump.
律师团队跟这个米兰市的检察官和 FBI 上方部门都有联系。第一个，认为我们战友没有任何人违规；第二个，警察是过度执法；第三个，一定会查复需求；第四个，那个市长混蛋出来说战友恐怖帽子，那是个王八蛋，我们一定让他付出代价。卢比奥支持巴布夫，很讲他捐款了，支持巴布夫，他捐款了，支持巴布夫，他支持巴布夫。我告诉你，川普总统支持巴布夫，我们都不在乎。什么卢比奥咋了？卢比奥他是神呐，他支持巴布夫，他凭啥支持巴布夫啊？我让他看 GTV， 给华生打电话，那议员马上打开 GTV 看。我说你看看在干嘛？在抓人。哇，他没有，哇塞，麦奥斯，真的吗？这是美国吗？我说对啊，这就是你美国。庞皮奥国务卿听了都震傻了啊，看到这一幕都震傻了啊，国务院的很多震傻，这是美国吗？巴布夫有这么大的力量。
I wonder what Guo Wengui is going to accuse to Senator Ted Cruz. And Senator voiced out this morning for Bob Fu. And he said, shameful. CCP is targeting an American citizen, Bob Fu, in America for harassment at his home. Bob is a fearless voice for human rights in China. And she and the other despots fear him. The Chinese Communist Party is the new evil empire, and we must stand united against them. Many Pastor Bob's supporters left a message and advised Guo Wengui to donate funds to Senator Rubio and Senator Cruz. Actually, they found out Guo Wengui donated money to Clinton's campaign in 2015. After that transaction, Guo Wengui closed his security company, and total amount was over $30,000. Can Guo Wengui, as a foreign national, donate campaign fund to Hillary? And we also have a great concern, and we would like to ask Homeland Security and ICE, why do they allow Guo Wengui to organize an anti-United States foreign state in our land to attack American citizens?